Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Power of Print with your friends here from Solo Printing. So today, joined once again with my trusted sidekick, Lorenzo Cosio, account executive here at Solo. So,
yeah. Hey, good morning. And,
Happy New Year's. That's still a thing. I mean, we're late.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
It's late January, I guess.
Feliz Año Nuevo. It's a new year.
So, yeah, 2026 is here. And
yeah.
The future looks bright.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. We finished really strong last year. Our last quarter, 2025, and the beginning of 2026 was really strong, really busy. So we are kind of picking up where we left off, and we really didn't catch much of a break. We were really busy, thank God.
Yeah. So, it seems like the industry kind of was a little delayed with the holiday rush, and things kind of picked up a little towards the end of the year, and now, I mean, we're late January, and it's still pretty busy. So we're slammed with work. Yeah. So kind of want to use this as it's been a couple months for some of possibly our new followers and users, kind of reintroduce Solo.
Yeah.
So just high level, we're a full service commercial printing company in Miami. Made 40 years in business last year in 2025, so we're on year 41. So big accomplishment last year. It was a great year. Kind of showcase 40 years in business and our growth over those 40 years. So anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, we did. We celebrated. It was a great year. It's a lot to celebrate too, by the way. We're a minority-owned company, family-run. You and your cousins and the second generation is coming on strong, and our future is very bright. But it's because of the commitment that you guys have from the top down, and our culture that we've created over the last 40 years that keeps us very, very relevant, and keeps us very just kind of kind of constantly looking to improve ourselves and our services and our processes. So the future is bright. So thank you. It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah.
So kind of some of the topics like our goals and expectations for 2026 here at Solo. So I mean, I could tell you some of what I see, and I'd like to hear what you see. I mean, but we want to, something we kind of started over the last couple of years is kind of strive and continue to try to expand and become a true, like a one-stop shop for most or all marketing needs, not only print. So that reason I say that is we've established great partnerships with some companies here that offer signage work, banner work, premium products, again, just stuff that's wasn't typically in something we touched on, but as customers try to streamline, we're trying to streamline as well, and truly make it a one-stop shop where they're not having to talk to 4 different vendors for one campaign. So that's kind of one of the goals that I'm pushing for this year is to really expand on that. And we also have some growth in the digital department with some new equipment that's coming in this year. Again, just to expand our offerings there in variable data and some specialty embellishments and things like that.
Yeah, that is that's our trend for the last several years. Going back to, you touched about the digital part, because that is a big part of it. We see that progression. How we're using both the offset side in conjunction and kind of like that whole symphony, if you will, with the VDP, the digital side, and we see a lot more and more of that, and our customer base is asking for it. And how can we provide ideas and services to be able to do that, to target, to really drill into their data that they have and implement their call to action or whatever they're promoting or whatever they're selling in some cases, right? So the tourism business is big on that because they have a captured environment. And how are we doing? How are we piggybacking that side, our offset side, and then really driving that home with offers, the variable data part. And you're 100% right, that other aspect of it, which is not the but it's offering those other services, our partnerships with our other vendors to be our large output, the premiums, like you said, all that stuff is customers are looking for an easier flow because they're inundated with so much.
It's the world we live in. It's less people, more work, right? So
absolutely,
absolutely, us here too, but in our we see it in our customers that where there used to be 3 people, 4 people, there's 1.
Yeah.
You know, and they're wearing
Yeah.
multiple hats. So, you know, our job kind of, our goal as a company is really to make our customers' lives easier.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
It doesn't always make our life easier, but that's what we're here for. We're here to help make their life easier and just see how, again, that's part of the growth that,
Yeah.
that we're trying to accomplish over the next couple of years.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's you hear it. You hear some of the frustrations
Oh, yeah.
with our customers, our existing customers, and they're it's it's the environment that we're living in. Like you said, it's the market that we're in, and it's our new
normal.
and our new normal.
Yeah. So another topic to kind of touch on is things that I'll ask you the question. Things you'd like to areas you'd like to see in the facility or within our team improve. So, is there anything? I mean, we're fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? We do anything great, but if in a perfect world, what else would you improve?
I think it has to do with accountability, starting with with me. Starting with myself. So on a personal level, it's trying to. We've talked about this in the past as our group. We have to be accountable. We have to. We have a big company. But it starts with us. And I think every man and every woman in this place has to take accountability. So for Lorenzo, I have to be a little bit more accountable, starting with the process at the beginning on how am I doing more of a slow down kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slow down. We talk about that all the time. Slow down. Don't rush to get stuff in and do it. So I think starting there and being the example to the rest of the people in our plant. So it starts with me, being accountable, being responsible, being professional. Being kind, and then toning back sometimes my tone when things do not go the way that maybe they should go. So I think it starts there, but I think on a broad picture, I think it is reminding our people how important it is to be accountable and take pride in our work, and that's what separates us.
Yeah.
It really does. Our culture here separates us from other printers. Printing is printing, but how we go about it, our service, our communication internally, and we have room for improvement. And again, that starts with
you can always improve.
Starts with me. So I think it's kind of we have good processes. It's just how we go about enforcing them, if you will, or reminding people that we have processes that really work. The other part of that is I think as an ownership, we've done a good job of reinvesting in the technology part of it, and I think that's important for our customers to see, but importantly for the opportunity to provide futures for other for employment that we have that we're continuing to grow, and that growth comes with technology, and that's something that it's not printing back 20 years ago, 25 years ago. It's a lot of technology. Our equipment's really sophisticated. So to answer your question, to make a long story short, or short story long, is about, I think every man, every person here has to take accountability. It starts there, and then, you just build. So that's kind of...
Yep. No, you hit the nail on the head. And that's, I think that's a goal for any company and any partnership or relationship. It's just strive to always be better, right? So, I mean, there's always room for improvement and everything in life, so... one thing that we've seen, and talking to our general manager, kind of we see, and sales is guilty of that, but is we're letting a lot of new businesses been coming in, and they're coming in from other facilities which did things their way, and so we see a lot of
challenges.
A lot of challenges, a lot of demands or requests that are not feasible for our facility for XYZ, turnaround times.
Yeah.
Some customers are coming in and asking for some insane turnaround times. I mean, we have a lot of work. We run 2 full shifts here. I mean, it's not like it's a lack of capacity. We have work. I mean, we run the shifts. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day. There's 5, 6, 7 days a week, depending on schedules. But so that's one we see a lot of times with some of these new customers, and I don't know if it's just inexperience or that they were used to the other vendors fixing things for them, which we don't have an issue with, but files come in wrong. So that creates kind of that circle that just we're going back and forth, fixing things, and it delays everything, it throws schedules off. So I think it's really setting the level of expectation with our customers and informing them and being an informant of what we need for their projects to go smooth. The last thing we want to do is be going back and forth on color corrections, or hey, you sent this in RGB.
Yes.
We see that a lot. We see a lot of images come in RGB, and the system converts it. Doesn't make it look beautiful.
That's right.
It converts it, flattens it out. So
That's right.
those are things that I could say as the sales team does a pretty good job of it, but always that's something you got to continue to remind. So I think that's a big one that I see.
100%, and you're 100% right. It's that communication between us and the customer, but then letting because we want a smooth process, and if they're not used to that because the other vendor XYZ might have just been fixing it, but that's why they're somewhere else now, right?
Yeah.
Let's be clear, right?
Yeah.
They're somewhere else.
Yeah.
They came to us, and we have to manage that, and help them, so that the next one, right? We don't want to be one and done. We want to build relationships so that we have return business, and if we can educate them, if you will, or communicate with them, then the second one, the third one, is smooth, and then that just creates a nice smooth process, and then we can try to put the scheduling is a big thing, and that's on the front
That's
end.
a challenge, and that's a challenge
yeah.
for our general managers. Is
Yeah.
we don't want to be in his shoes. It's a lot of moving parts, a lot of equipment, and just constant. We want to please everybody. We don't want to say no, but sometimes, unfortunately, unrealistic expectations force us to say no. But that's one, and what else? What do you see? Anything new like for this year? That's kind of any trending? Anything trending that you see?
I think that we talked about the variable data and the direct mail. I think that's still going to be an important, opportunity for us. I think on a personal level, I want to try to retain. There's other opportunities in expanding our services, like we talked about the large output and the premiums and things like that. We can, in our existing customers, try to build from within. We have a good core
Very
customer
good base.
Yeah, we have a really good base, and within that, we can probably grow. That's what I'm focusing on now on some of those other customers where we have opportunity to go, go vertical. We can also go horizontal, and try to focus on that. So I think there's opportunity there because of our strong presence in these our good base. And then opportunities are coming, like you mentioned. There's opportunities that are happening here in our local markets that gives us opportunity. And how do we manage that? So I think we got to do a little bit of everything. We got to keep prospecting, which you do a good job. We try to do that, but we also have to look within and say, hey, what are we missing with our existing customers?
Yeah, that's the low-lying fruit, right? So I mean, those are the easy ones that we're definitely need to take advantage of. So we're pushing that this year.
Yeah. And expanding our services, like you said, we're giving that. So we have, we're back in the day when when I first started. It was we were a little bit more.
Yeah, we stayed in our lane.
Yeah,
we didn't come out of our lane. Yeah.
Now our lanes got a little bit wider.
That's the old world. I mean, it's not, you can't stay in your lane anymore. You gotta be very nimble.
Very much so.
And flex a little bit. So.
And we do a good job of that. Yeah. Management and ownership does a good job of that, of being able to acknowledge, recognize where the trends are going, and then how are we going to pivot towards that. Yeah. Sometimes it's not a quick race. It's a long term, because it's investment.
It's not a race, it's a marathon.
It is, and it's an investment. And some of these things are investments.
Oh yeah. So some of them, they require.
Yeah.
It's not just they require investment, which obviously we're not afraid of that.
Right.
As long as we see, the ROI at the end, that's going to bring something. That's not a one and done kind of.
Yeah.
So no, I think I think we're getting close to a time, but just wanted to kind of reintroduce Solo again to everybody. We'll restart these up, a little more frequently. So. Yeah. On a personal level, any goals for 2026?
Well, yes. It's always the kind of, I know what to do, it's hard to do it, but I think it's discipline. I think I'm really trying to focus more on self-discipline on the outside as well on the inside. But I think knowing and acknowledging some of those things that I have to work on a personal level, which kind of overflow into my professional level. They kind of intertwine. Obviously we spend a lot of time together. Spend a lot of time here in the office, so they're kind of intertwined. So and just try to lift up, as our people. we're manufacturing heavy. They're more important than myself, the way I look at it. I mean, without them,
it doesn't happen.
Right. So I think that is one of my, on a personal level, is try to lift them up as much as possible. Let them know that they're a huge value.
Yeah.
To us, and then just continue to grow, and then work on my physical part of it. Exercise, drink more water, exercise, all the stuff that I know I should be doing, and I need to do more. But I just want to focus on discipline, really.
Yeah. I'm kind of same. Some of the same things. One thing I'm gonna try to, but I've always had. I want to learn how to play an instrument. So
love that.
I haven't started yet. We're at the end of January, but I plan at some point to try to learn to play the guitar. We'll see if it works or not. But I haven't started yet. So I said I was going to start this year, and I'm still still sitting there, and I haven't touched it. But
love that.
And I'm going to try to read a little more. I'm not a big bookworm or a reader. I've never been in my whole life, but
good one.
A little bit.
It's a good one.
Takes me a long time, but those are kind of my goals, and just stay in shape, and keep pushing inside and outside of the company things to move forward and lift people, like you said. So
as long as you don't say you're going to try to run a marathon like one of our coworkers here.
She did a great job, though.
She did a fantastic job. So that'll be
not a runner.
That'll be another episode.
I do short distance.
We'll introduce her.
Maybe one day. Maybe this year we'll get her to come on camera.
I think that's a great idea. It's a great idea.
But again, thank you everybody for watching our spiel for our 15-minute spiel, and we'll definitely put some more content out, and to 2026 and solo printing. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a blessed day.